Hey everyone, it's Miss Goldman. It was so great to see you guys yesterday for our synchronous lesson, looking at the ways in which people originally came to the Americas. We talked about how when the Ice Age happens, there was a land bridge that emerged between Russia and Alaska, and that allowed people who were hunting big game like woolly mammoths to cross over. And then we talked a little bit about, we did a reading about how once agriculture was introduced, it allowed people to stop hunting and start just staying in one place. So they had more time in the day. Instead of having to chase their food around everywhere, they could just have more time in the day to work on developing other skills like building cities and communicating more and doing art and all these things that kind of advanced civilizations into what we know eventually today. So today, you guys are going to be doing an asynchronous lesson about what happens when the Europeans start to come over into what they think is this new world that actually, as we know, Native Americans had been living on for thousands of years. So you guys are going to go into your Thursday folder, 924, and the lesson is called God, Gold, and Glory. The first thing you're going to see right here pop up is if you are still struggling to open an assignment with Cami, here are some steps that you can follow. If you are still struggling after that, please send me a message while you're trying to do your asynchronous today, and I can make sure that I get back to you and give you an alternative to do. So we're going to get into our lesson. And like always, we're going to press open with Cami. We're not going to click over here. We're going to press open with Cami. All right. So the first thing that you guys are going to do in this lesson is I want you to just do a quick review question, right? How did the development of agriculture change life for Native people in the Americas? So think back to what I just said, think back to our lesson yesterday. You could also go into the lesson and look at that reading if you want to think about that. Then we're going to take a few notes. This is an awesome time to remind you guys, if you don't yet have a notebook, you should have a notebook. Maybe try to get one today or this weekend. If you don't have one yet, we are going to be taking notes next week. I want you guys to take notes on these two things. So the first thing is called a push factor versus a pull factor, right? And no definitions are found, not because it's not a thing, but because it's like a historian term. So a push factor is something that pushes someone to leave a place, right? So these are often like negative feelings about a place. Like I feel like there's violence where I am, or I feel like I don't have opportunity. Those are things that are going to push me out of a place. A pull factor is something that is pulling you to another place. So maybe in that other place, there's educational opportunities and I'm pulled by those. Or in that other place, I think I can go get a job there that will be better for me and for my family, and I'll be able to make more money. That would be a pull factor. So you can have push and pull, right? So the push could be, I have no work where I am. The pull could be, there's work somewhere else, I'm going to go get it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use these ideas of push and pull factors to understand, why did the Europeans start to come over to the native world, right? And there are three main reasons, and historians have thought of them in three terms: God, gold, and glory. So God, you guys are going to read a little bit about how there was this religious war, and then the Pope ruled that Christians had a duty to go convert people to Christianity. For gold, you guys are going to read about how when Columbus came over, he was like, and we're going to learn about that tomorrow, he was like, oh my God, there's so much wealth here, there's so much gold. And then for glory, everyone's competing, trying to like be the best explorer, so you're going to read about that. I want you to highlight push factors in red and pull factors in yellow as you read. Then you'll complete your exit ticket at the end and then turn it in. Thanks, guys.